morning, my beautiful people. Welcome back to another video. It is week 4 of my winter glow challenge and I'm about to be so friggin' real with y'all. If you already follow me on Instagram and TikTok, you already know I have had the literal worst flu for the last few days. I think that the world just does not want me to successfully do this challenge and just wants to keep knocking me down. First it was the kitchen delay. Now it has been a flu for the last 4 days. I got the flu on I want to say November 30th, so it's been like 3-4 days. I'm definitely more functioning now, but still not 100. I was literally knocked out with like a 103-degree fever for 3 days straight, so that was awful. Good thing that week 4 is focusing on simplifying routines and getting back to basics and rebuilding up my routines and my kind of day-to-day life. So I feel like this is just going to be a very typical week in my life, but focusing on my morning habits, my evening habits, and just getting back into routine. Last week we did a reset. This week we're just getting back into routine. I feel like every week it's something else, and I'm hoping from here on out for the rest of December, because today is December 4th. Technically week 4 started yesterday, but I was still knocked out, so here we are. It's definitely been a hectic, weird, just not the way that I wanted it to go last few weeks. So I'm hoping this week goes better. I'm like almost better, like still have a bit of a cough and a stuffy nose. You can probably hear it a bit in my voice, but yeah, this challenge definitely has not been going the way that I initially wanted it to, which, like I was talking about in 2 vlogs ago, that like, that's okay. Life happens, life catches up to you, and I feel like getting this flu, and I get a flu, virus, whatever, literally every year. This year it's a little bit earlier, which I'm actually not really mad about, because usually I get it like New Year's or in the first week of January, which I'm not gonna lie, that's actually worse. I would rather get sick now, and it was only like 4 days, which I feel like usually when I get it at the beginning of the year, it's like at least a solid week I'm knocked out and literally not doing anything. So the fact that we are 4 or 5 days into my sickness, I guess, and I'm like back to somewhat regular functioning, just like really low energy and not feeling 100 is not bad, and I will take it. But yeah, this week we're focusing on getting back to routines. I did teach at the health cafe this morning. Still hit my 7 a.m. wake up, but I woke up literally at 7 a.m. on the dot. I taught at 8:15. And I could have like slept in a little bit more than that, but I was like, you know what, I'm like, yeah, I'm still not feeling 100, but we're getting back onto my routines, getting back into my habits today, and just getting back on the bandwagon. And I don't know what it is about getting sick, but every time I'm sick, like maybe it's just because literally you feel so awful, I'm like, I just want to be able to get back into my routine. I want to go to the gym, and I want to be that person that goes 2 workouts a day. And I don't know if it's because like, as someone who's such a busybody, rest actually frustrates me, and like maybe that's why I get my yearly sickness, because my body's like, Vanessa, you need to slow down, and we're gonna force you to slow down. Could be that, but I did teach this morning. I'm not getting right back into my regular workout routine, but I did get my 45 minutes of movement in, and I do teach again this evening. I hopefully will have enough energy to get back into my lifting tomorrow, if not by Saturday. My new glasses from Bailey Nelson, I got the notification, I think it was 2 days ago that they came in, so I'm gonna go pick them up this afternoon. Alan's currently out at a work meeting and his glasses also came in, so we're gonna go together and go pick up our new glasses. I'm actually so excited. I was chatting about, I think it was in week 1, I have not had new glasses since I was literally in first year of university, so I'm so excited to get new glasses. I feel like it's a little bit of a new personality coming on, but that's kind of what's up today. Nothing much. We're taking it easy, taking it slow, stripping routines down to basics, and building up from there this week. This is literally crazy. It was literally clear and blue skies 10 seconds ago, and now it's snowing like ridiculous. I'm about to head out to go teach my evening class at the studio, but this sky tonight, you guys, I swear, winter sunsets are it. Don't get me wrong, I love a good summer sunset, but the winter sunsets here, especially when it's crisp and cold, like it's -5 out today, colder with wind chill, but the skies just get so pink and purple, and the reflection, it's just like so many colors. It's so stunning and I can't get over them. They're forever my favorite thing about this apartment is seeing the like reflective sunsets, and it's so pretty tonight. But I'm about to head out to go teach my evening class at the studio. I'm just teaching a 5:30 p.m. sculpt, so let's go get it. Tonight for dinner, I made a little lemon Buddha bowl. So there's some spinach, chicken, broccoli, sweet potato, onions, and then a lemon and tahini dressing. I haven't made this in forever and I'm so excited. I was really craving a salad, but a warm salad because it's so cold outside. So this is dinner tonight. This morning, we are doing a little brunch date at One Kitchen. We've been here quite a few times before, but never for...
This is our third time here.
Third time? Fourth time.
Fourth time here?
Fourth time.
Here?
Yeah.
For what?
We've never been here for brunch, but...
Yeah.
But
I think so.
I've been here more, for whether it's for like events or like I've just come here for like lunch and stuff with friends. But we're trying out their new matcha menu. I'm excited. We both really like matcha, so they have like some matcha infused recipes and then 2 kind of holiday inspired matcha drinks. They've got, they're bringing us, I think they said, a toasted marshmallow matcha and then a gingerbread matcha as well. But
I'm pretty excited for the strawberry French toast matcha.
Matcha strawberry French
matcha,
toast.
Matcha strawberry French toast. Yeah. That's what I'm really excited for.
We have the toasted marshmallow matcha and then the gingerbread matcha to start off here. So we've got matcha French toast, the 1K hash, and then a arugula pear ricotta salad. Oh, this all looks delicious. We are starving. I just got home from teaching some evening classes at the Health Cafe studio. Now, for this week of focusing on routines and habits, I really wanted to strip down my morning routine and my night routine, take you guys through a full night routine, a full morning routine, but a stripped down, simplified version. For me, this week is focusing on getting back to basics, getting realigned with the habits that actually first are the important parts and actually matter to me, and then over the next few weeks I'll start adding in and playing with some habits that aren't necessary but might make sense for me and my routine and get back into habit stacking. I have started habit stacking both my morning and my night routines, so that's something I know I want to keep. Now, both my mornings and my nights can look different on different days of the week, so something for me is that I want to try and maintain some semblance of routine, even though due to my schedule at the studio that may change a little bit time-wise. I want to try and still keep things the same. When it comes to my evening routine, I kind of have like a form A and form B of my evening routine. Either as soon as I get home I start cooking, or as soon as I get home I go hop in the shower, get in some comfies, and then start cooking. I'm honestly feeling a little overstimulated by my workouts at this evening. I'm gonna go have a quick shower, get in some comfies, and then I'm gonna start making dinner. And those are kind of 3 habits that are like always in my night routine. I don't want to say always because obviously there's like a day here and there where I may not make myself dinner, but like 95% of the time I'm cooking dinner for myself and for my husband Alan, who gets home typically at around like 8:30. He does Muay Thai and his class runs a little bit later, so he tends to eat dinner with me when he gets home. And then I also always make sure that I shower in the evenings. I have always been an evening shower person, not really sure why. I just like, more often than not, I'm an evening shower person, so whether that's before or after I make dinner, tonight it's gonna be before, and then I always love getting in some comfy cozies. So let's get this evening routine started. This product in the winter is phenomenal. It's the Josie Moran Intensive Cream to Oil. You only need like a tiny little bit and it covers so much surface area. It's so good. I got this little fitted lounge set from The Gap during Black Friday and I am obsessed with it. I also got it in a red color with a different shirt, but it is a modal mixed material and it is so comfy, cozy, like literally my new favorite lounge set. And also the pants are so cute, kind of like a skim stoops. They're like a fold over loungewear long pant. I got both the top and the pants in a small, but I got the pants in a tall because I am 5'9", but I honestly probably could have got them in the regular length. Like, not that I'm tripping on them, but they are like really long. I don't mind it because it's definitely cute for the style, but now that I'm showered, I'm feeling fresh and cozy. We are gonna make an easy dinner tonight. Here is dinner this evening. I made a yellow curry with some chicken, brown rice. We've got tomatoes, onions, mushrooms, and then some broccoli for some greens as well. So a little yummy, delicious, and balanced dinner. And then I also made sure that I made enough so that I have leftovers. At least, I think this looks like I should have enough leftover for 2, so a lunch for me and a lunch for Alan. Depending on if Alan is home by the time I start eating or not, I typically will sit down and watch one of my own shows while I eat dinner. Honestly, I don't actually have a show that I've been watching right now. I recently finished Love Island and I just haven't picked up anything else yet because Alan's been home a lot of the time and we've been eating together. So we've been going through Stranger Things as well as Christmas movies just because it's the season. But I'm always in need of new show recommendations. So if you have any, let me know. For now, I'll probably just throw on an episode of Friends. Before I hop in bed and read, I'm going to finish off a little bit of skincare. I did wash my face already in the shower, so we're just going to do some serums and eye cream and then moisturizer, brush my teeth, and then we're going to go read. And that's kind of the last step of my evening routine. So I'm starting off with a little vitamin C serum. And then I'm going in with a vitamin C eye cream. These are all brightening and I like to use them at night so that they can soak into my skin and just sit overnight. This one's from Dermalogica. It's the Biolumin C eye serum. Finishing off, my go-to moisturizer is the Kiehl's Ultra Facial Cream. And then I absolutely love the Before toothpaste. This one that I'm using right now is their Super Mint Whitening one. I've used a bamboo toothbrush for the last few years. I'm obsessed. I think it's so good and reduces the amount of microplastics as well because the bristles are also made of bamboo. So 100% bamboo toothbrush. To end off my evening routine, I always try and read a few pages before bed. I am still reading Alchemized. We're not going to go through it again, but I'm going to read a few pages, and then right before I go to sleep, I put on some hand cream, which this one is my absolute go-to favorite. I don't know how many tubes of this I've been through. It's the L'Occitane 20% Shea Butter Dry Hand Cream. And then I also, especially in the winter, love a little lip mask. Right now I'm using the berry one from Laneige. morning. This morning I'm taking you guys through a very basic stripped down morning routine. Now every morning does vary just because depending on my schedule at the studio, mornings look different. Some mornings I'm up at 6:15, 6:20 a.m. Some mornings I'm up closer towards like 7:15 a.m., which is actually this morning because I don't teach until 8:15. This is definitely a little bit of a slower morning. If I am waking up at like 6:10, 6:15, things kind of shift and then compress a little bit, but there have definitely been some habits that I've been trying to re-implement into my morning routine. This morning, I'm keeping it super basic. I'm not trying to do any crazy habits. I would love to say that a super kept on habit has been drinking bone broth over coffee in the morning. That has not been the case. I'm gonna be so real with you guys. I definitely wanna get back on that habit and slowly start to implement it again. If I have them in my fridge, I have been taking a little ginger immunity shot in the mornings, but I also am currently all out of those. So gonna be so real, we're not gonna do one of those as well. But I am gonna make a coffee. I find winter mornings are just so much harder to get up. Obviously we're in December. It doesn't get super bright until like 7:45 here in Toronto now, just because of the time change, because of the time of year. And it definitely affects my mornings and like how I move a bit slower and just how I'm a little bit sleepier, a little bit more tired with the darkness. But we live, we continue on, we keep going with our routines. So your girl's gonna go do some skincare and then make a coffee, sit down, do a little bit of journaling, and then we're gonna get ready to go and teach this morning. Getting in movement in the mornings has definitely been my favorite time to get in my movement in the day. So whether it's that I'm teaching some classes here at the studio or I'm taking a class at a studio, whether it's like a reformer class or another mat class, typically if I'm taking a class outside of my own studio, it is a reformer just because we don't offer reformer here, or I'm weightlifting at the gym, or maybe I'm doing a combination of both, but it's definitely been a part of my routine that I get my movement in the mornings, and I've loved having that be a part of my morning. It does make my morning routine a little bit longer and a little bit later, but honestly, I'm here for it. I love it, especially as someone that works for herself. I have that flexibility that I can stretch out my morning routine a little bit. So this morning I am teaching an 8:15 a.m. class, and that's gonna be all of my movement for this morning. So let's go get warmed up and set up the studio to teach this morning. I just got back from teaching. I also just threw on this giant Sherpa thing because it is freezing outside and the apartment is cold, so I kicked up the heat and put this on. I'm gonna make some breakfast now because your girl is starving. It definitely is not a great habit, but it has been my routine that whether I'm teaching a 7:15 and 8:15 or 8:15, I eat breakfast when I get home. I mean, I guess it's not awful because it's 9:30 and I'm gonna have breakfast now, so I feel like it's not too late, but I am craving an omelet this morning. I don't remember the last time I made an omelet for breakfast, and I have all the ingredients that I need. So I'm gonna make some breakfast, gonna make a little omelet, and then that kind of finishes off my like stripped down basic morning routine. So let's make a little omelet. Here we have my little omelet for breakfast. Typically, if I'm not going straight into like admin, editing, and that kind of work for the morning, I'll sit down with my planner, go through my to-do list, and kind of section out what I have to do for the day. And then that's kind of the end of my morning routine, and I get into my work day. So I'm gonna eat my breakfast and do a little bit of planning. Thank you guys so much for watching this week's Winter Glow episode. Now that I've stripped down and made my morning and evening routines pretty basic, for the rest of the week, I'm gonna look at what habits I think would benefit my evening and morning routines, see where I can habit stack, and then continue going from there. I feel like this week's focuses and challenges are pretty repetitive, but some of the habit stacking things that I was doing over the last few weeks, kind of just like sporadically, periodically, are things like my red light mask in the evenings while I'm reading. So that's a habit stack that I want to slowly, continually add back in. For my mornings, I want to try and start eating breakfast before I teach, even if it's just like a banana or a little nibble, and then having a more full breakfast when I'm home from teaching or home from my morning movement. That's definitely something I want to continue to work on as well. So over the next few days, I'm going to try and start adding in a few more little habits and routine, but like not overwhelm my routines. See where I can habit stack, see where I can still keep my routines minimal without overwhelming myself with too many habits. Because the whole point of this week's challenge was to simplify my routines, make sure that my routines are working for me and not the other way around. I don't want to be working for my routines. I need my routines to support my day-to-day, and as I continue to develop them and solidify habits, continually checking in and making sure that they're overall still supporting my day-to-day.